What's up guys, welcome back to another East Legend video. So today we're going to be doing a PvP guide. I did kind of cover this in the last video I did, but I want to go into it in depth guys, so I want to help you guys out. So PvP is the most fun aspect of East Legend outside of customizing and also a great source of gems. Over 1,000 can be earned a week by tackling all three of the PvP modes. Human characters shine in this game, especially in the PvP area. Characters like Diana, Luke, Cherry, Jasper, Jake and Barry and some others will take you to the end game arena. Human heroes are god here, especially that guy there, Ranslot. First off, some tips. Follow a good team synergy plan for PvP, balanced elements included, tank in the front formation, damage dealer behind him, i.e. a range or DPS or a spellcaster, then another tank type, or you could go DPS here, finally your healer. Okay, so after battles are over, you can check the performance of your heroes in the battle stats tab. This can help you to see the weak links in your team, but do bear in mind that the healer stats will not be DPS based. Look for units with good leadership skills, i.e. this one here that says all. It's his passive skill, as you can see up the top there. Power up your heroes to +5 for PvP using fodder, and leveling your heroes in the normal and hard modes of the game's adventure mode. Powering up is a requirement to evolution anyway, so you might as well do it, unless you're planning not to evolve that hero. Keep that in mind. So what I'll do is, as I said before, is I'll get the 1-star fodder monsters and I'll feed them to my stronger heroes. I'll only do this when they're nearing their level, because I like to keep my main level low, remember guys. Gold bordered heroes are better than normal heroes. These are the ones you want to work on. As you can see, I've got Cherry there, I've got Merald, Red and many others. Also got my Antivas there. In tag battle, you want to use time switches, so I'm just going to demonstrate this here. And this will allow you to conserve your hero's life. Remember, switching makes heroes invincible for a short while if your character dies. But if you're just switching mid-battle, then you need to get some good crowd control skills and take control of that fight. Also, heroes with knockback and stuns, keep those in mind. So my Merald here in lead, he's got a gravitational pull effect. It's called Earth's Magnet, so when he hits the ground, it's going to drag them towards me and I'm getting some strong hits. Basically knocking their guy out quick, then I can switch in with another guy, and what my aim is to do is switch in with one of my heroes and try and out-time their invincibility. It's a tricky thing, but there's a system here you can master. So for this video I'm using auto mode. Auto it can work, it's not recommended always. Another thing I want to say is keep your speed at 1. So you can see I've kept my speed off, it's not on 2 times. So in this battle I'm just going to run around here while my cooldowns reset a little, try and stall the fight so that my next heroes can switch in. Just switch there. And my aim is just to knock her out really quickly. He's a full DPS character, so he's very squishy. So what I'm going to do, I think he's dead. No, I managed to just get the switch in. Okay, so now Merald is my main crowd controller. He's very tanky, so I can take a few shots, get my hard hit in, knock them down, and just basically swing away. If you look in the top corners, you can see this fight's very close, but I'm controlling it. So I've got 3 of my characters left. He's only got 1 now. Okay, so he's in his last guy, so what I want to do is switch in as soon as possible and get the final blow in. Well, there you go. So after this battle ends, I'll show you guys the elements that are in this game, because elemental advantage is very important. The heroes with elemental advantage will do extra damage against their corresponding weak element. So let's say fire is strong versus grass type, and water. I'll explain this in a second. Let me just quickly load this up. One thing I wish they did with this game was just sort the loading times out just a little bit. I know it's a very graphically intense game, but it would be nice. Okay, so we're gonna just find it down here. Hero power up. Attributes, that's what we want. Okay, so there we go. Fire will beat grass type beats water type beats fire. There's the usual combat triangle. Dark and light will beat each other. That's something to keep in note.
That's the exact same as Summon as well.
It's also the exact same as Pokemon. Almost, almost. It's that same combat triangle, isn't it, that they like to bring in quite a lot. So let's go into set pieces now and explain how these work and, you know, what you can do with them. So you can see on my guy here, I've got 2 Legion set pieces. These work really well for my guy. The more blue items you collect will enable the system to do an auto select for you. So if you don't really have a clue what you're doing, you just click into that armor piece and it will select the best choices based on what you've got. So if you want to see how to craft the items and all that fun stuff, then load up the item guide that we did about a week or 2 ago. I will attach the link in the description just so you guys can check that out. Another thing just to say, guys, is take the time to evolve any powerful 4-star heroes you have. You can see the level requirements and materials needed in the power up screen. Look out for good leaders and passives on top of this. If you've got a hero at 4-star, see I've got my dark, I can't remember his name, Tyrant there. Sorry, my Tyrant. Then you want to evolve him. I'll be doing that eventually, but I've been recently 5-starring my other monsters. This enables them to get extra skills. One thing to say is when you evolve a monster, it does take up to level 40 again just to reach the same stats, so it's going to take a little while. It's good to stock up on those power-up materials. Okay, so we're in another battle here. What I'm doing is I'm running up the side with my DPS. That would be the dwarf here. His name's Red. So I'm going to do it, running up the side there, and I'll get a power shot in on their squishy monsters, taking them out. It's a good strategy I like to use. It wins a lot of fights. Sometimes you have to be careful because some of them have a very high AoE, so say these mages, they'll cast a huge circle and it's hard to get around that. Just sort of plan it out before you go in for the fight. Remember, you always want to keep your speed on to 1 times. 2 times it gets a bit hectic, you can't really keep track of what's going on. So my first team has been defeated here, but I've already defeated 2 of the enemy's teams in the team battle function. Unless they've got a really strong unit at the end there, you're going to most likely win if you take out the first 2 teams before your main team dies. You're liking that. Yeah, so I was just quickly testing out the testing out the Mobazon's drawing function there. One thing as well, guys, is before you fight your opponent in the PvP arena, you can check what they've got and the levels. Most of these guys I'm fighting are higher than me. I'm very low leveled compared. And if you don't like the lineup that they've got for you, you can back out of this, reload it, and get back into it. So I'm just trying to think now. I think I'll do some tag battle. Again, for tag battle, time switches are key. Let's say you attack first, kill the first guy, then the NPC switches out. If you switch out straight after this, you can stun and kill their new guy fast. There is as I said earlier, there is a system in place where they get a certain amount of shield, but you can get around this. I think it's up to 3 to 5 seconds after the new guy switches in. If a hero did not die before they switch, because the NPC will do this quite a lot, they will not have a shield, so you can just feel free to go ham on them with your skills. You want to use mainly tanks and DPS in this mode because healers are not very good for one-on-one. That's another tip I want to highlight. So what I've got here is I've got 2 tanks, 1 DPS, and that seems to work really well for me. And as you can see, my levels are only level 40s, the enemies here are all 50. So what I also do is you can take advantage of auto mode. You see I've got auto on here, and then I will just overwrite it, do the controls I want it to do. Sometimes it will get in the way, so it's just something you've got to play around with to find the right balance. Just trying to think if there's anything else I need to cover, because that's quite a mouthful. So anything you want to say, Meth? Anything you want to add into this video? I know you've been quite quiet here.
Yeah, well, you've got it all pretty much said.
So I'm pretty much rocking in these arena fights, rank 1800. And I'm doing another smiley face. This time, it's a thumbs up, okay?
That's a thumb.
It's a drumstick. No, it's a thumb. It's a big thumbs up.
Looks like a light bulb.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I missed, because you know there's quite a lot to cover in PvP. Just remember, guys, take the time to level up your 4 stars. That's one thing I want to cover again. I think that is about it. If you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
As always, if you need any help, guys, drop it in the comments below.
We'll be happy to help. See you later.